Sheriff Todd Baxter. My name is Chris Chichester. I live at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield. And yesterday, at approximately 6 p.m., two of your public employees I do not know the salary for were in front of my house and knocked on my door. Why? Why were two of your taxpayer-subsidized employees at my residence at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield? What is the possible reason for two of your taxpayer-subsidized employees to be at my residence at 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield? Because I'm exercising my First Amendment right, you fucking fascist stooge. Did you notice I used profanity? I'm going to give you just one example of your fanaticism and your extremism. I take my dog I adopted from Lollipop Farm Humane Society for his walk alongside my residence one day. And Nancy Dooley from this business Consumer Insights is pulling away from the parking lot. And this is the parking lot right here. I'm over here. She pulls away here and she stops and her car is idling. And she's bizarrely staring at me as I'm standing here with my little guy. Drive away, Nancy. Drive away. Drive through the parking lot on the road and go home. There you are in your car staring at me as I stand here. Drive away. Go. Go home, Nancy. And I say to this Nancy Dooley, what the fuck are you looking at? Fuck you. And she drives away. And what do I hear less than an hour later on my door? I open the door, and there's a male and female public employee I do not know the salary for standing at the door. One of them is this Deputy Savino. So I let them in. I walk to the center of my living room, and when I turn around, there he is right here in my face. What did you say to the woman in the car? What did you say to the woman in the car? And I say to him, what the fuck are you looking at? Fuck you. And he replies, don't swear at me. So you, Todd, the fascist stooge, are coming to my house to tell me how to talk. This is why you're a fanatic. This is why you're an extremist. This is why you're a degenerate. You're coming to my house to supervise my First Amendment right. So, you were here yesterday. What possible reason could you, Todd Baxter, be at my residence yesterday at approximately 6 p.m.? Why are you here? Did you, Michael Radner, call your fellow fanatics to my house? Did you, Kathleen Miller, call your fellow fanatics to my house? Did you, W. Tadeo, call your fellow fanatics to my house? Did you, S.L. Birdie, call your fellow fanatics to my house? If you come to my house, there's only one reason to be here, and it's to arrest me. So if you're here, you better arrest me. You better have those handcuffs out. That's the only reason to be here, is to arrest me and abridge my civil and constitutional rights for the third time. There's only one reason to be here. When you come here, you better arrest me. That's the only reason to be here, because I don't care what you have to say. I'm demanding public information from you. I don't care what you have to say because you're a collection of liars. You don't understand that every single word your public employees utter to me is a lie, is a concoction. And I'm going to show you two lies and two concoctions. This is why you're liars and degenerates right here. I've explained this over and over and over in every YouTube, and since I'm making this one, I'll explain it again. And you still won't understand it. You still won't understand how you concocted two crimes for me. You won't get it because your hack boss, Todd Baxter, and his fanatics don't know what criminal behavior is. I mean, it is such a joke. It is so pathetic that a sheriff of Monroe County and his public employees do not know what constitutes criminal behavior. And I have the proof right here. And I'm going to tell you what it is right now, that your hack boss and his fanatics don't understand criminal behavior. It is astounding that a sheriff doesn't know the behavior that constitutes criminal behavior. This is the parking lot next to my house. No grass cutting ever alongside my house. Ever. Should not be on land that you don't own and can't prove you own. Dr. Gloria Nichols was at 2041 Penview Road. The building now occupied by these parasites, Layla Kumar and A. Shah. There's no grass cutting. You could look at it here. How does anybody own this land? And they don't have the documentation. So here he comes. This 70-year-old man, he's approximately 70 years old, with his long gray beard. They usually like to get here at 7 a.m. on a Sunday. He comes alongside the residents. This is where you're going to set me up and concoct the crime. You and your fanatics. There's 6 of you are going to be here. I come outside. I stand right here. This is where I'm standing, right here. I come outside. I'm outside for 30 seconds. I say, they don't own that land. And I walk back in my residence. How is that a crime? Tell me how that's a crime. How is that a crime, Michael Radler? How is that a crime, Kathleen Miller? How is that a crime, S.L. Birdie? How is that a crime, W. Dale? How is it possibly a crime to walk outside, stand here, be outside for 30 seconds, and then walk back into my residence? And you got here because Steve Desmond, a private citizen, called you to my residence because you gave Steve Desmond the phone number. I go to the now defunct PW Fitness in Penfield one day. I'm at the back of the gym. I'm doing 3 sets of 10. I finished the second set of 10. Up walks to me, bald-headed gym psychopath Jermaine Benman, and he goes like this. And I never allow the gym psychopath to tell me what to do at the gym because I'm already on the machine. I lean back to continue the exercise, and Jermaine Benman stands over me. As I'm leaning up like this, he punches down like this, and my head snaps back violently. And Benman walked away, and what I should have done is I should have attacked Jermaine Benman right there at the gym and delivered the most vicious beatdown I could possibly deliver to Jermaine Benman. I should have stomped on his balls. I should have gouged him in the eyes. I should have choked him out right there at the gym because it would have been just another fight at the gym, and that would have been it. I would have went home. I didn't do that. A witness calls the Monroe County Sheriff. And Andrew Reale arrives, and Andrew Reale has been to my residence. And I walk outside with Andrew Reale and Jermaine Benman. Andrew Reale, as I walk outside, Andrew Reale decides to concoct another crime for me. What is going to happen to me should never happen to an innocent citizen of the United States of America. And I have told your corrupt hack boss, Todd Baxter, this repeatedly, including within days after it happened, within 1 week. I wrote to him, and I have the documentation, telling him exactly what I'm saying on this YouTube and adding additional detail. I walk outside with Andrew Reale and Jermaine Benman, and Andrew Reale doesn't say one word to me. Tell me what happened. That is astounding. That a violent assault happens, and I'm the victim, and I despise the fact that I have to call myself one, but there's no other word for it. Not one word from Andrew Reale. Not one word. Because Andrew Reale is going to concoct a crime from me, and you specializing in concocting crimes for innocent citizens at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. He tells me to wait in the backseat of his vehicle, which I do. I'm looking out the window, and Andrew Reale talked to Jermaine Benman because Andrew Reale is telling Jermaine Benman exactly what to say to me. And Andrew Reale marches around to the side of the vehicle with this violent thug, Jermaine Benman. And Jermaine Benman says to me, I want to press charges against you. Those 7 words. And that is how Andrew Reale concocts harassment second for me. If I am guilty of harassment second, there is a victim. Who is the victim? If I am guilty of harassment second, there is a name of a human being I am harassing. What's the name of that human being? Answer that question. Michael Radler. If I'm guilty of harassment second, who's the victim? Kathleen Miller. If I'm guilty of harassment second, who's the victim? W. Tadeo. If I'm guilty of harassment second, who's the victim? S.L. Birdie. If I'm guilty of harassment second, who's the victim? What would you think, Michael Radler, Kathleen Miller, W. Tadeo, S.L. Birdie, if one of your family members or one of your friends or somebody you like or love in your life is charged with harassment second, sitting in the back seat of a Monroe County Sheriff Office vehicle? I had to tell my 78-year-old mother and 84-year-old father about this. And my mother cried. I speak to this Deputy Meyer on the phone for an hour. I'm unaware of the fact that she's writing a warrant for my arrest. If I was employed as a Monroe County Sheriff, public employee, I would tell that person, I just wrote a warrant for your arrest after an interview based on this conversation. So I took this pathetic document and I took each sentence and I responded to every sentence by this lying hack. Todd Baxter received this to me repeatedly. On the above date, at approximately 1440 hours, I responded to the above location for the report of a male trespassing. Male trespassing? Trespassing? I'm trespassing in this parking lot. The first language from your hack liar is a lie. I'm going to read that again. On the above date, approximately 1440 hours, I responded to the above location for the report of a male trespassing. 20 people a day walk through this parking lot. I can see them from where I'm sitting. I can see everybody. It is now 10:20 a.m. I already saw 6 people walk through it. And I haven't been home all day. Is your repulsive hack liar, Deputy Meyer, writing a warrant for the arrest of those 6 people? It's only me. How am I trespassing walking through this parking lot? I've walked through this parking lot 4,000 times. This is your 1984 at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. So when I say you don't know the behavior that constitutes a crime, this is why. How am I possibly trespassing walking through this parking lot? Are you going to the residences of every single person in Sanders Farm Drive that walks through this parking lot with this pathetic concoction? Is Deputy Meyer, you lying hack, going to Layla Kumar Shah and Neeraj Shah over there at 2141 Pempton Road, taking a report of everybody that walks through the parking lot? It's only me. So where's my 14th Amendment right to equal protection of the laws? I came out here one day, I stood right here, I'm outside for 30 seconds to talk to this toothless loser, and I go back in my house. How is that possibly criminal contempt? Accusatory instrument. Again, fire this Deputy Meyer if she hasn't already been fired. I believe she's been a Monroe County Sheriff's Office employee since 2001, but I'm not confident in that. So somebody that's been on the job for nearly 2 decades doesn't know what constitutes a crime. That is confirmation of your repulsive, nauseating hack existence, Todd Baxter, that you have somebody that's on the job for 20 years and she doesn't know what constitutes a crime. And she's lying to me. I had to hold the phone back. And if you notice from my face, then look at it. Because she's not listening to anything I have to say. She would ask me a question, I would respond. And then she would pause. And she has this bizarre, oddball way of talking. Have you noticed that about your Deputy Meyer? Have you noticed that, Michael Rather, Kathleen Mill, WTO, S.L. Birdie, the way Deputy Meyer talks? So she would ask me a question and I would respond. And she would not comment or say anything about what I responded. Like, for example, how long have you lived in Penfield, New York? I would say 8 years, no response. She would say, how many times have you walked through this parking lot? And I would say, I walk through the parking lot every day, just like my neighbors. It's routine, it's ordinary, no response. On and on and on. Question, my response, she doesn't care. Because she's writing this warrant for my arrest, for walking through a parking lot. She's not writing a warrant for the arrest of anybody else except me. It's only me. It was such a joke at the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. A warrant for the arrest of an innocent American that has walked through a parking lot 4,000 times. Accusatory instrument. That the defendant. How am I the defendant when I have never, to this day, appeared in the courtroom? How is that possible? In your 1984, this is why it's in your 1984. This is why it's 1984. That the defendant. I have never been in a courtroom as a defendant. That the defendant on the above date and location at approximately 1440 hours did knowingly enter or remain unlawfully in upon the premises of 2041 Pempton, New York by walking through the parking lot after being told through certified mail by police that he's not allowed on the property. Certified mail? I didn't get anything as certified mail. Who doesn't want to open his certified mail? Who doesn't want to open his certified mail? Sheriff Todd Baxter refused. Who doesn't want to open his certified mail from me? Elliot Raw refused. Who doesn't want to open his certified mail? Neeraj and Layla Kumar Shah saying they're telling me this through certified mail. Neeraj Shah, certified mail from Chris Chichester. Certified mail. Neeraj and Layla Kumar refused. I'm going to read that again. This is confirmation of your disgusting, nauseating, vile existence, Todd Baxter. That the defendant on the above date and location at approximately 1440 hours did knowingly enter or remain unlawfully in upon the premises of 2041 Penfield Road, Penfield, New York, by walking through the parking lot after being told through certified mail by police that he's not allowed on the property. By police? By police. It says by police. Why isn't there a name? If there's an accusatory instrument, and this is it, accusatory instrument, it labels me as a criminal. What's the name of the police officer? What's the name of the law enforcement official? Who told me? Who told me I'm not allowed to walk through that parking lot, Todd Baxter? This is your bankruptcy. This is why you're a degenerate. This is why you're a liar. What's the name of the individual that told me? You can't answer that question. You cannot answer that question, Todd Baxter. So, this is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to leave my residence. I'm going to walk to Wegmans, and you're going to have two of your vehicles alongside Wegmans Food Box at 21. I'm going to walk through this parking lot. I'm going to add to the 4,000 times, just like my neighbors do. I'm going to walk through this parking lot right now at 10:25. Come to my house and arrest me, Sheriff Todd Baxter.